Hello sim fans and welcome back to another episode of Microsoft Flight Simulator. In today's episode we are checking out the Bonanza V again. It has received a couple of updates since I last flew it. I just did a reinstall of Microsoft Flight Simulator due to a reinstall of Windows, and I figured, you know what, let's check it out and see how it's changed. All right, guys, so one of the biggest things about the VTail that really captures the imagination, if you will, for flight simulation is that they're very high-performing aircraft typically. However, they can also be very unstable and hard to fly. VTails are very commonly amongst some of the greatest of widowmakers, if you catch my drift. They can very quickly get out of control and put you into a spot you didn't want to be in. But again, they're also typically fairly high-performing aircraft, and the Beechcraft Bonanza VTail is obviously no stranger to that particular scenario. So today what we're going to do is we're going to go up and we're just going to fly around. We're back at St. Bart's, so you guys get to see the infamous runway 10 landing here. We're just going to sort of fly it around, see what it's like. The last time that I flew it, I was very underwhelmed, if you catch my drift, as it was sort of just flew like any other Bonanza, and that's just not how the aircraft should be flying based on where it is at. You should see a lot of interesting flight dynamics given, again, that V-tail and the low wing combined. So let's go ahead. We're going to get in the aircraft. We're going to get her started up. And we're just going to do a couple touch and goes here at 10 here for the TFFJ. You guys know that wonderful runway that just keeps kicking my butt every time I try it. And we're just going to fly around the island out here in the Caribbean. It's a beautiful day. Let's see, we got, what are our winds looking like today? Winds, we got 348 at 10. So decent approach. We're going to be looking at a crosswind when it comes time for the approach, but we're going to make it work. So let's jump in the cockpit. I do love the aircraft. I love this old style of it. It looks very nice. It really does. Oh, there we go. All right, so let's get a, oops. Let's get a battery turned on. Let's get an alternator turned on. Let's get a beacon light on. A nav light on. Go to our systems here. Let's make sure our fuel tanks are set. Set our magnetos to both. Prop goes to full. Mixture to full rich. There we go. Crack that throttle just a little bit. Give her a nice clear prop. And start her up. Beautiful. All right. I think the yoke system on this is so cool. You literally just flip it from side to side. It's such a neat aspect of that. Alrighty here. And let's see. Let's come down here and let's set our barometric pressure. Looks good. Information still looking at 350 for 12 knots, so we're good there. Go to our controls here. Taxi light comes on and parking brake. Oh, actually, let's hang tight for just a minute and get that avionics taken care of. By the way, guys, I am doing all of this from the Class Echo mobile version today. Make sure if you guys have an iOS or Google device, you guys take a look at Class Echo. SPAD.next is required in order for it to work, but it's an absolutely fantastic piece of software. So let's see what we got here. We're going to go on over to the FMS, or GPS, excuse me. We're going to select the GNS 530. Give it a nice quick enter. Give it enter again. Get that up and running. There we go. Let's move it to our common nav radios. Let's make sure our transponder is set appropriately. Go into altitude approach, or altitude. What? Altitude approach? Who the hell? Who am I talking about? It'd actually probably help if I turn the transponder on, though. I did notice it is off. Oh, no, it's working. Okay. Just not quite what I was used to. Alright. What was that? Alright. So now, let's go ahead and go for a little flight. Let's have some fun. See if we can get around this guy here. Whoa, watch your face. Bet that hurt. Ooh, don't want to hit the PC-12? No, that's my TBN. Some of the camera views may be a little weird, guys. I'm still working on getting track IR dialed in correctly here, so bear with me if it gets a little goofy. Oh, hey, landing light. That'd be good. Oof. Landing lights on, strobe lights on. Let's center up on the runway. Flaps 1 for takeoff. Max power. Now, the nice thing about the V-tail, too, like I said, just being a Bonanza in general, too, is that she's got quite a bit of power. You can get rolling very quickly. Airspeed's alive. Ah, it's a right rudder required. There we go. Slipping into that crosswind. Got a good climb going. Gear coming up. Not like it would matter if I didn't. She is looking great. Okay, definitely a big difference in the way she's flying. Very rapid on the responses. Flaps coming up. A little late on that. Bringing the RPMs right around 2,500. Keeping the manifold pressure right about 25 inches, just seeing how we do here. She climbs like a bat. This is a gorgeous region. Absolutely gorgeous region. I can get lost flying out here so easily. Let's trim that nose down. I just love it out here. It's always so nice. Okay, so now let's see if I can do this without breaking things. You know, it's funny, it shows I'm getting like 50 frames per second, and yet it looks like it's stuttering a little bit, which I'm not crazy about, but I guess that is what it is for now. I really feel like a lot of things went south with that last update as far as frame rate goes. But we'll give it time. They'll get it all fixed out. They always do. It may come back every now and then, but they do a pretty good job of getting things resolved. Oh, I know what's going on here. There we go. Nope. That's what I want. There we go. Okay. I'm trying to get where I can keep my head comfy. So the Bonanza is very awesome. It's a very fast aircraft. Very high-performing aircraft. Holy crap. I gotta watch that airspeed. I mean, you will get ripping in this thing, so check this out. I am totally going to exceed the speed limits if I'm not careful. Wouldn't be overkill without it. But as we get down low, I mean, you can really have a pretty good time with this aircraft. Maneuvers nicely, she's fast, she climbs well, it's got pretty good range on it, and I'm definitely having to be on the rudder pedals more often now with the latest updates. I can feel the quirkiness in the tail as I get faster. Definitely very odd. Definitely a completely different flight than what we're used to, at least what I'm used to in previous versions of the aircraft. So let's put it to the test here. And the ultimate test is, can I land it on runway 10? But then again, can I land anything on runway 10? That's really what it comes down to, because the answer so far, not particularly well. This is kind of a pretty shot, isn't it? This is such a cool area to fly in. Gosh, I love flying out here. Such a good time. So you can find this aircraft, by the way, on the marketplace inside the sim. So it's not really hard to get a hold of. And I have to say, it's a very nice improvement from the previous flight. By the way, now that we finally got things ironed out, hopefully with the sim, it looks like I got a few more bugs I need to address. Still noticing some stuttering on the recording, guys. I do apologize if you guys see that. We'll be ironing things out. Again, it always takes a minute after a fresh install to get everything dialed in to where we don't have problems, but you know, at least my track IR isn't freezing every 12 seconds like it was before, so I'll count the improvements where they are. Alright, let's pull some power back. Pull some airspeed back. We're in the wide arc. Flaps coming down. Following that swirly road of glory right there. That's going to take us to the top of the runway. Gear coming down. Flaps going to full. Manifold pressure coming back. Wind 003 for 17 knots. Current heading 100. Crosswind taking us. Oof. Oh no, come on. Come on, Dan. Fall out of the sky, plane. Oof. Man, she's got one heck of a glide speed. Stall warning kept coming off. I thought I had it, and then she'd pick back up. Okay, so honestly, probably should have gone around on that one, but it was still a pretty fun flight. I really recommend you guys give this one a shot. She's actually a lot of fun. Adds definitely some different flight characteristics. So I flew the Bonanza G36 improvement mod before flying this, and you can definitely tell some pretty significant differences in the way they handle. This one's definitely a lot of fun. I do recommend it. I love the looks and the interior textures of it. Very, very old, classic-looking aircraft. Really appreciate that. I love seeing these old steam gauge aircraft. And that is probably one of the other biggest benefits to it is a steam gauge aircraft. I like the steam gauges. It just that they're a bit more, I don't know, a bit more fun to fly for me than always seeing the same G1000 suite that so many of the aircraft have in them now. I just feel like the G1000 sort of took a lot of the hard work out of the aircraft. And not to say that I know all of these gauges, I certainly don't. I mean, I know what they are, but I don't have a lot of practice in using them, and that's something that, and it's just because with so many of the aircraft in the sim, you don't have to. And so it sort of takes the need to learn that away, and so I do want to definitely get into that. Landing light off, strobe light off. But that was definitely an exciting flight. It was fun to land on it. Sorry for the bugs and issues in the videos, guys. Stay with me, and I'm going to get all this ironed back out to where we have good, solid videos again. Thank you guys all for the continued support, and as always, stay safe and healthy. I'll see you in the next one.